If you ever wonder why I wear a hat all the time, well, this is why. I did my hair this morning and now I look like a 14-year-old boy with a side parting. Anywho, I want to tell you about yesterday. Yesterday I had such an amazing day. And do you want to know why? Well, because I went foraging for the first time with someone that actually knows what they're doing. So we found stuff and it was so good. I even ate things out in the wild and the sun is blinding me. Some things were better than others, obviously. Some things I couldn't believe how delicious they were, and other things I never want to put in my mouth again. I want to thank Stu. I'll put his link below so you can check him out on Instagram, who's the guy that shared his wonderful knowledge with me. But we had such a beautiful morning in a beautiful area, having beautiful chats, and I hope you can enjoy this and learn a thing or two from Stu like me.
So here we have, in the wild plains. This is a ring, if you can you can see on the floor here, so you've got a ring all the way around of St. George mushrooms. Now, at time of filming, this is, where are we, mid-May? So it's quite late for St. George mushrooms, and they pop up because they generally pop up around St. George's Day, but they're one of the only mushrooms that you'll generally find at this time of year. And they are super delicious. So let me show you what they look like and what to look for. So, and this is a particularly enormous example, I might add. There's some smaller ones which you can have. But generally a good one to actually use a knife and cut off at the base. Wow, look at that. Enormous mushroom. This one's probably slightly past its prime. But they have an amazing kind of mealy smell to them. Which are unmistakable in terms of mushrooms, and they're a guild mushroom as well. Always do your own checks, obviously, on these mushrooms, because you don't want to pick the wrong thing, but if you're picking mid-May, there won't be much else. And there we go. That is St. George's. Although I can go and show you a slightly smaller one if that's would be useful. I'll go over here. So you can see over here, we've got a slightly smaller one. Oh, that's a bit manky, that one. There's one, actually, I'm gonna stick my hand through the fence. Here's a really good small one, and these guys are ideal at this stage. They're super firm, really, really firm, robust mushroom, and they're super delicious. There you have it.
So, what should we be washing? What can we get away with not washing?
I mean, I'd always have a shower every day, personally, Joe. I try to.
Okay, yeah, good.
Wild foods wise,
yes.
I personally don't wash mushrooms. That's a personal taste thing. If you want to, fine.
Does that get rid of some of the flavour if you wash them?
I don't think so. I don't feel like I need to, because often when I'm picking mushrooms, all you need to get off them is just a bit of mud. And so you can buy mushroom brushes, or I just use a pastry brush at home and just brush the mud off, and then or just scrape it off with a knife. But I tend to not wash them, because also they feel a little slimy. A lot of mushrooms can feel a little slimy. Generally speaking, with all other veg or kind of wild foods, I'll always give them a wash. You never know what's been on them. Generally speaking, I wouldn't be picking from an area where a dog's done a wee. So not too close to the side of the paths, but if you have to, if you really have to, and you're desperate to pick that wild garlic, like we might be in a minute, I'll give it a wash anyway. But rule of thumb is wash most stuff, I'd say, but don't need to.
If you're going to boil it, still you need to wash it?
That's a good question. That I hadn't really thought of. I always wash anything I've picked anyway, other than mushrooms, even if I'm going to boil it.
Okay.
So I think that answers the question.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would say,
but
that's a catch-22.
Yeah.
I thought that. Pause for thought.
Personal preference.
Yeah, exactly. You just don't
if
want
it looks
shit
a bit
on your
grubby.
food.
Yeah. Smells like wee.
Yeah, you basically employ the same approach to washing wild food as you would washing your body.
Yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Just don't use like Timotei or fairy liquid with it.
Yeah. Okay. Good tip. Pro tip.
So yeah, this is common hogweed, not to be mistaken with giant hogweed. Giant hogweed is very poisonous, so it's worth doing your homework before picking these. This is common hogweed, and don't ask me what the Latin name is or what it's related to, because I don't know. But it's delicious. And if you pick it at this kind of the bud stage like this, or the shoot stage, really nice steamed, or you can tempura it in batter. Really nice with a garlic dip. But it kind of has it tastes like nothing else really, but probably most comparable in texture and taste to probably asparagus, I'd say. But it's a really, really, really delicious edible, one of the best. And it's called hogweed because it used to be just fed to pigs. But the pigs were getting a nice diet, and then we worked out they were tasty. But yeah, hogweed shoot. Hopefully they're usually a bit bigger than this. There's actually some good wild garlic here as well.
Is that hogweed?
That is hogweed.
Yes.
Yes, you're learning.
Learning. I've got one down.
Look at that.
And wild garlic in the middle.
Yes, nice spot.
Yes.
That's why it's a really good spot here. There
Oh,
you go.
wow.
Have you been down here before? In this
I
one?
don't think so, no.
So these are all the dragon's teeth that were put here to protect the bay from the Germans during the war. Yeah.
Oh, this is incredible.
Yeah, it's tide's low as well, which is perfect for seaweed foraging as well.
Yay.
Here we go. Sorry, you are my victim, mate.
From the side, just give it a little tap.
Yeah, exactly. And then here's the brutal bit. Hope you're ready. So what you got to do, I feel so bad about this. Find the mouth end. So I don't know really how well we can focus. But that's the mouth end. Okay. And then you got to push all its insides out. Ready? So you go from the back end of it, push it out.
Oh,
See?
wow. You want to get rid of that stuff?
Get rid of that.
Brown stuff.
Yeah, get rid of all that crap. Don't want any of that. Then,
Because it tastes rubbish or because it'll poison you?
probably won't poison you, it just tastes like crap. Then we got to, I've left my knife up there, annoyingly. Then we have your limpet here, as you can see. And then, God, you can see his little feelers there.
Wow.
I usually use a knife for this, but I'll rip it off.
Primitive.
Primitive. There we go, that's probably good to eat. And then, bottoms up. Here we go.
Delicious.
I wouldn't say it's delicious. It's not horrible. Salty.
Keep you going. Salty.
Keep me going.
Salty
Yeah.
snack.
Keep me going in the time of need. I think it's your go now. Okay, here we go. First time. Absolute touch.
No messing.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Right,
Right,
now
so you got to find the mouth end. Oh, doesn't get easier.
Get rid of that. Okay.
Right, and now hoik him out.
Oh, my tummy is rumbling.
Is that your tummy?
I'm
I
ready.
thought they were the rocks.
I'm ready for it.
Okay. Right. Now
Okay, and now we want to get rid of
get
that
the-
stuff.
all the detritus. Just gonna scrape it off or cut it. Yeah, you're good. Oh, you'll be all right with
Right.
that. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, bottoms up.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
You've done it now.
it's very rubbery. I think
weird.
it tastes a little bit like rust.
Oh! I don't think you get any poisoning from rust.
No.
This is all on me. It's all on camera
Yuck.
now. There we go. You've
Not
done
bad,
it now.
not bad. I've definitely had worse in my mouth.
So with seaweed, the general rule of thumb is don't pick anything that's washed up ashore. Only ever pick it fresh. So like with the sea spaghetti that I'm about to pick, a lot of it will get washed up on shore and you have no idea how long it's been there, why it's been detached. So always pick it fresh and you won't come to any harm. On which note, I give you sea spaghetti. Look at that.
Wow, very long.
And this stuff's amazing. Treat it just like regular spaghetti. Give it a wash when you get home. This is definitely one to give a wash to. Literally just wash it in some fresh water and then cut it to lengths you like and treat it like regular spaghetti. I made a carbonara with it last year and that was really nice. You can also eat it raw. So it's a really good one that can really screw with people as well if you make them like a spaghetti dish with seaweed. But it has a surprisingly similar texture to real spaghetti as well. But you picked it, so it's even better. There we go. There's your dinner tonight. Okay, so here we have the biggest head scratcher of the lot. This is called pepper dulse. I mean, this is an extremely small specimen. Usually it's a bit bigger than this, but can you kind of see? Brown, it has little kind of nodules at the end. Can you see? Yeah. Should I go a little bit closer? Just like truffle. And so it's quite nice to add to fish dishes. And I don't know, anything else you want, like, yeah, gozes if you want to cook goes with them, or salads you can add to them, but it tastes just like truffle. And that's it. Amazing little find, but looks very similar to everything else.
And you can have it raw.
Oh, you can eat it raw. You're about to have it on camera.
I'm about to have it raw.
Should we swivel it around?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't eat the stalk.
Okay, just pick the end off.
I'll just eat the end off. Yeah.
That's mad.
Isn't it?
That's so good.
Isn't it? So good.
That's so good.
Yeah, you can have it with nice. It would go really well with fish, or like I say, if you did like a really nice salad, like an Asian salad or something like that. There we go.
Wow, but that's so tiny. How am I ever going to find any more?
This is all here.
Crab salad.
Yeah, yeah. This is all sea cabbage. I'm sure there's probably a fancy Latin name for it.
It's all right. We don't
escapes
do fancy.
me, and I just don't know it. But it's really nice stuff. You just steamed, or like we were just talking about, you can maybe sauerkraut it or ferment it. It's really robust. And no, I was about to say it smells nice, but it doesn't smell of anything. But it's just quite nice. But you could serve this up to people, and it would be a really good talking point on the table because it's just slightly different.
Yeah.
And it grows in absolute abundance on the Jurassic Coast and most coastlines as well. But yeah, really good stuff. Sea cabbage. I'm sure it has another name, but that's what I call it. And it has these lovely yellow flowers as well, as you can see. Hence why it's so prolific, because it's just pollinated everywhere.
That looks like it's past it with the flowers, or not?
It'll be all right.
No.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get the old kind of battered, super tough leaves. I would usually focus on the slightly smaller ones.
Yeah.
And that's just a general rule of thumb with picking anything, really. Don't go for the old battered and bruised jobs.
Try and get fresh.
But like over here, this batch here is really nice. So we've got flowers here, but these are quite big. But that's a really good quality leaf. That's definitely edible.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, these are a really good one to know. And what's quite cool about this is if you fish also, which you do, if you get the big ones and you ever catch a fish, you can wrap it like almost like banana leaves. Yeah. So you can wrap the fish in it, whack it on the barbie.
Tin foil.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, wild tin foil, and then you can eat it as well.
Oh, nice.
So there we go. Multi-use.
Excellent.
Really good one. You're going to like this one because it's got a mushroom element to it. So here we have ribwort plantain. Again, don't ask me the family or anything like that. The reason it's called ribwort plantain is the leaves. As you can see, you don't eat the leaves. You might be able to, but I don't. Have kind of the ribs going vertically down the leaf. So to compare it with something else, let's look at the cabbage. Most leaves have the ribs of the leaf, or the I don't know what the terminology is. You'll have a central stem, and they'll come off the sides. Ribwort plantain, they're all vertical, hence why they're called kind of ribs. And that's how you can tell what they are. But anyway, you don't eat the leaf, but you can eat the head of the, well, I guess it's like the flower head, right?
Oh,
And
I've seen those,
yeah, they're all over the place. And they've got quite a mushroomy taste when you eat them. Almost like eating a wild mushroom. Shall I go for it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got really bitter, but it's almost like, you know, when you eat like a raw, I don't know, button mushroom or something like that.
Yeah.
Tastes just like that. Shall I spin it? You want to give it a go?
Yeah.
All right, Hannah, let's pick you one. Get you a small one first. There we go.
Yeah, that'll smell. Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers. Not for you?
I was like,
Do I have to pretend this is nice?
I think
But you can see what I'm going with the mushroomy taste.
Yeah.
Can you? Slightly?
Yeah. I can get the mushroom taste.
Yeah.
I think it's like the texture of it,
Yeah.
but I'm not.
Hey, you can tick it off your wild food list now. You've tried it. You
Ticked.
don't need to try it again.
Unfortunately, they are very easy to spot.
Yeah. Unfortunately or fortunately?
Unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
Because
yeah.
I'd like something that I really like that's easy to spot.
Yep. Well,
But,
if you're by the
you know.
coast, there's a few things today.
Gosh, I've got the little bits in my mouth still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
It's quite hard to film and try and get
And
through all
climb
this
up
stuff.
a muddy bank, yeah. Look at this. This is a proper little wild garlic haven.
This is
And
great.
it shows you, because like where we picked the stuff before was only 200 yards from where we are, but that's so much further ahead in the life cycle of the wild garlic.
Yeah.
And so we've got here a lot of the flower heads that are still in flower, and these are good. Oh, I've picked two really minuscule ones. I like to just tempura them, so just put them to tempura batter and deep fry them, have them some like mayo or garlic aioli or something like that. But then also you've got some here which are also gone to seed, and the leaves are really good, so you can make pesto as well, so you can get everything today. So you're getting almost all life cycles of the wild garlic in one place. So good
Brilliant.
find, Joe.
Yay.
I'm impressed. I don't think I've found a spot like this in a while.
Once again, thank you to Stu, which is Hedgerow Kitchen. I'll put his link below in the description box and just there. I just absolutely love being able to go out and find food that we can eat and create beautiful things with. Since collecting those things, I have made a focaccia with the garlic. I have fermented the cabbage. I've also put the garlic in some other dishes that I've made, and the mushrooms went in a bit of a fajita mix, which seemed a bit of a shame, but that was what I was making and I didn't want to leave them too long. I wanted them nice and fresh. And yeah, it just tastes different when you've gone out and got it yourself. It was so handy to actually go out with someone that knows what they're talking about, because when I go out, I'm still not sure at all. But once Stu told me, okay, this is this, and then I kind of got my eye in a little bit, but then I could actually ask him and say, is that that? And he said yes, most of the time. So it's really good to have someone there. Books and videos are great. I think actually going out with someone and they can tell you if you're right and you can have a look for yourself, that's so much better, and for me to remember, than just looking it up in a book and thinking, okay, yeah, I know what that looks like. Because when you're out here, everything looks the same, especially the ones that you really want. Mushrooms are like, yeah, really tricky, but the plants as well. You think you got it, and then you ain't. Since then, I have managed to identify a few of the things that we found back home near where I live, because he's about an hour away. So it's a bit of a trek to go and get a little bit of wild garlic, but that seems to be the only place near me that has it. So I don't mind doing that once a year when it does come back next year. But the few of the other bits that I can find near me, I'm so glad that I've managed to find them near me as well. The dream for me is to find a whole meal outside in nature and then cook it up. It might take a little while, but one day we'll get there. Please remember, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel because it really helps me out and it costs you nothing to do it. And it makes a massive difference to me. Also, if you can comment on the video, let me know if you're into foraging, if there's any spots or anything that you really love to forage. Please share it below for not only me, but for other people as well, because sharing knowledge is so cool. I got home and I actually told someone, I was like, oh, that's some rock samphire there. And we picked it and smelt it and it was amazing just to share that. So please get commenting below and also give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Thank you.